Roger Stone says parallels between assassination attempts on Trump and JFK assassination are uncanny. Wow, I can't wait to hear his take on this. I'm not sure where he's going to go with this, but I wouldn't doubt it because the globalists, the elites, the New World Order, they use the same playbook over and over and over again when they try to take out people. So I wouldn't doubt it. So we're gonna check it out and see what he has to say. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. Now, this comes from Breitbart, and they report that political advisor Roger Stone shed light on peculiar peculiarities that they talk today surrounding the two failed assassination attempts. Sorry, my Alexa in the background went off. Surrounding the two failed assassination attempts on President-elect Donald Trump, telling Breitbart News that, quote, the parallels between those attempts and the assassination of President John F. Kennedy are uncanny, adding, the problem is it cycled in and out of the news. After being asked if he will ever get answers about what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania on July 13th, Stone replied, quote, in 2015, I wrote a book on the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. It was called The Man Who Killed Kennedy, The Case Against LBJ. It's a New York Times bestseller. But when I look at that and I look at this, the parallels are uncanny. So let's just get to the clip here and see what he has. What did he mean by that? Here we go.
Switching gears to Butler, people want answers on what happened that day.
Yeah, I mean, this is very disturbing. In 2015, I wrote a book on the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. It's called The Man Who Killed Kennedy, The Case Against LBJ. It's a New York Times bestseller. But when I look at that and I look at this, the parallels are uncanny. You have what appears to be the laydown of the Secret Service. The state, federal, and local police are all on different radio frequencies, so they can't speak to each other. The Secret Service and the Department of Homeland Security know that there's a man with a gun inside the perimeter for 92 minutes, but they don't warn the president,
Right,
and he is not evacuated, which would be
right,
required under their protocols. The government sharpshooter actually gets the man who's allegedly the shooter in his sights. He sees that he has a gun pointed at the president, but he waits until the man gets off 8 shots before he shoots and kills him. That makes no sense. Another
right.
violation of the rules. So I don't think we're being told the entire truth. I'm sorry. I'm not even certain that the man they accuse of being the shooter is the shooter. He may be. But I refuse to believe he had no Confederates. We see him
Hmm.
talking on a cell phone in still photographs. Who's he talking to?
Right.
Well, Apple won't turn over his phone records. That's funny. They turned my phone records over to Robert Mueller without a subpoena.
Wow.
Strange.
Wow. Yeah, so you got the president of the United States being shot by this guy, and you won't release the phone records. Apple won't. But yet they release Roger Stone records without a subpoena, without a subpoena or anything. Like, this is crazy. This it's a setup. This is internal that what happened to Donald Trump. I mean, it's obvious to anyone paying attention that some people or group within the government allow this to happen.
That is crazy. And the body was cremated right away. Congress can't look at it. It's gone automatically.
The problem is it's cycled in and out of the news. The egregious attempt on Trump's life in West Palm Beach even raises more questions. The
Hmm.
man they accuse is supposedly indigent. He's behind in his child support payments. He's behind in his rape payments. How did he afford to fly to Florida and to Ukraine and to Paris and to London? How did
Right.
he afford to put up a website trying to recruit mercenary soldiers for Ukraine? How did he obtain a weapon in Florida? He's a convicted felon. And in the case of the weapon, the serial numbers are filed off. How could he be there as long as he was without the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office noticing him.
Right.
How did a Secret Service agent from 5 feet away shoot at him but miss him? How are these things possible? And now the Justice Department tells us he will never go to trial because there's so much evidence against him, we don't have time to go through it all. Please.
What does that mean? They're not gonna go to trial. Not gonna go to trial. Like I don't understand. After Breitbart News mentioned that the body of a wannabe presidential assassin suspect Thomas Matthew Crooks was promptly cremated, Stone replied, "The problem is it is cycled in and out of the news." Absolutely right. Like this, it's crazy. We all know who's behind it, the deep state, whoever you want to call them. We know that they are the ones behind the Trump assassination attempt. He didn't really get into the parallels between that and JFK, though. I thought he would mention it in that video, but they didn't. But I guess maybe the way it was cycled in and out of the news was the way he said that it was it paralleled. I'm not sure, but let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.